Hello guys and welcome to lesson 3 of my Premiere Pro masterclass. In this tutorial, I'm going to be explaining all the tools in Premiere Pro. To begin, come over here to your toolbars so you can find your tools, but if you can't find them over here, come over to the Windows tab over here and scroll down and make sure that the toolbar over here is selected. And once you do that, your toolbars will pop up. First up, we have the selection tool. This is probably the most used tool in Premiere Pro. It helps you select a clip and it helps you move a clip around. You can activate it by pressing V on your keyboard or simply come over here to select the selection tool. I'm going to hit Ctrl Z to undo that. Next, we have the track select forward key and the track select backward key. You need to hold down the track select forward key for you to see this menu. Now the track select forward key, the keyboard shortcut is A. It allows you to select tracks forward from a particular point. For example, if I select this point after my playhead, I can move these entire clips over here. And the reason why the audio is moving with it is because the audio also falls under that line. I'm going to hit Ctrl Z to undo that. Next, we have the track select backward key and the keyboard shortcut is Shift plus A. It helps you to select tracks from a particular point backward. So as I've selected it here, you'll notice that every clip at this point is selected, except the clip from this point. So it selects every clip backward. Now I can now select all these clips without affecting this clip over here. Next, we have the razor key over here. With the razor key, you can make cuts at intervals on your timeline. With the razor key, you can make splits to your video, your audios, and your graphics on your timeline. So over here, we have the ripple edit tool. If I long press on it, you will notice that we have other tools associated with it, like the rolling edit tool, the ray stress tool, and the remix tool. The ripple edit tool allows you to shorten or lengthen a clip without leaving gaps in your timeline. So for example, if I come over here now and I shorten this clip, it automatically deletes the gap in between those clips. Next, if I go back here and select it, we have the rolling edit tool. The rolling edit tool in Adobe Premiere Pro adjusts the timing between two clips without changing the overall video length. But what it does is that it takes out frames from the next clip, meaning that it trims or deletes the next clip. For example, as I've selected the rolling edit tool over here, if I come over here to increase the length of this clip, you'll notice that I'm deleting from this clip over here. Next, we have the rate stretch tool. The rate stretch tool is used to adjust the length of a clip, but it affects the speed of that clip. So for example, if I come over here and Ctrl Z to remove the rate stretch tool from this clip, and if I hit play now, you can notice the speed of this clip. But what happens when I apply the rate stretch tool? Now, if I apply it to this clip, you will notice that I have adjusted the speed. Okay, it's not really obvious with this clip, so let me look for another clip. So I'm going to select it on this and apply it to this. Now if I hit play, you can see how fast this clip is. But if I hit Ctrl Z and hit play, you can see how slower this clip is. We also have the remix tool, which is used to remix your song. So you can use it to adjust the length of your audio. For example, if I select this audio over here and come over to Essential Sound, all you need to do is to come over to Duration here and select Duration and select Remix. And you can set the time to whatever you like. So at this point, this clip is showing 21.18 seconds. What if I want to change it to become a longer clip? I could just increase it here and make it 61, and automatically you will notice that this audio has been remixed. You can find cuts over here, but this cut has been created by AI, so it's not going to be noticeable even when you play the audio. We also have the pen tool. With the pen tool, you can draw shapes as you like. And to add points in between this shape, just come over to any portion of the line over here and select it to add a new point. If you want to change the angle of the edge from rectangular to circular, all you need to do is to hold down Alt and you can adjust it from being a rectangular to a circular. Now with this bezier, you can form the kind of shapes you prefer. If you scroll down, we have the rectangle tool over here. This is used to create rectangles and squares. So for example, if I drag over here, I can create a rectangle. You can select your rectangle and come over to Essential Graphics and change the color from whatever is showing to whatever you like. If you want to make it a perfect square, all you need to do is to select the rectangle tool over here and hold down Shift and drag to draw a perfect square. To change the angle of your square or rectangle from being angular to being circular, you can come over to the Essential Graphics tab over here and you can adjust the angle of your rectangle or your square. Also, if you hold down the rectangle tool, you'll notice we have the ellipse tool. This is used for drawing an ellipse. But if you want to draw a perfect circle, hold down Shift and you'll be able to draw a perfect circle. Next, if you come down and select it, you'll notice we have the polygon tool. Now this tool allows you to draw polygons, but you'll notice that what we have here is a rectangle. To change it, come over to the Essential Graphics tab and you can change the number of angles here from 3 to 4 or 5, and you'll notice that the angles are changing over here. You can also change the sharpness of the angle over here. We also have the hand tool over here. The hand tool allows us to move around the timeline. And if you select the hand tool, you'll notice we also have the zoom tool. The zoom tool allows us to zoom into a particular portion of our timeline. So if I want to zoom to this portion, I come here, I select it, and it zooms into that portion. You can also use equals to on your keyboard to really zoom in, or you can use the backward slash key to zoom out and zoom in. Also, you have the type tool over here. You can use it to type any kind of text you want. And if you press it and hold it down and select the vertical type tool, you can type your text vertically. And that's it, guys, on tools in Premiere Pro. Thank you for watching and see you in my next tutorial tomorrow.